Okay, welcome. So today I want to talk about the heroes, what heroes to use. Let's go over some hero types, army heroes. Let's talk about F2p heroes or free-to-play heroes, attack, HP versus defense, pay-to-play heroes, passive versus active heroes, heroes on your wall, and heroes to use when you spear attack. So let's go ahead and jump right to first hero types. So if I go on to my bottom right and look at it, let's take Watcher for example. If I look at him here, you'll notice on the bottom right it says type is infantry. So Watcher is an infantry hero. But if we move to the next one, Rose Knight, she is Cav type. And Songstress of the Sea, she's a range type. And all of these different heroes are different type. And you'll also notice like siege type here. So every one of these heroes are assigned to specific type of heroes. And they tend to command different type of troops that you send out. So for you, if you send out Death Archer with a bunch of infantry, she's really not going to do anything for you. Because her range attack 30% adding to your infantry is really not most effective way of sending out a hero. So if you're sending out infantry type, I would recommend maybe sending out like Demon Slayer, for example. You notice he'll give you infantry attack 30%, and this is, by the way, it being gold grade. And then you'll also notice HP at 50%. Okay, that's what your hero types are. And now let's talk about army heroes. So even though, let's go back to our Watcher here. Even though it's an infantry type, you'll notice on the battle skills that it gives you army boost, army attack 20%, army HP 25%, which means when it says army stats, basically, yes, it's an infantry type and you'll need infantry troops to activate it, but it will give you 20% attack for your infantry, 20% attack for your range, 20% attack for your cav, and 20% attack for your siege troops. And same thing goes for HP. It'll give you 25% across the board. That's why they're called army heroes. And some of the army heroes that we can see is Watcher, Rose Knight is another one, and Songstress of the Sea is another one, and you'll see Bomb and Goblin as another one here, along with a bunch of others that are available for purchase, like Lord Weaver is another, and then you got your Berserker. So all of these are basically your army heroes. Now let's look at Lord Weaver, which is purple, and you'll notice she only gives you 8%. So there's a significant jump from 8% to, I believe, if you take her to gold, there's a 12% jump. That's a big change, right? So it's recommended. It's always better to have gold heroes than anything other. Even though, yes, Lord Weaver is a great hero, but versus purple versus gold takes it every single time. Okay, anyway, those are what army heroes are. And then if we take this like Oathkeeper, you notice it only gives you infantry stats. So he's not an army hero, he's an infantry specific hero. But this is a great hero because it gives you infantry 30% and infantry HP 50%. So let's look at some of the F2p heroes. When we talk about F2p, it's free to play, which means that you can actually earn them by going through these stages. And going through the elite level, you're able to get enough medals by working at them and get yourself, let's say for this, see, that's one medal I just got. Now once you get 320 total medals, then you can take them to gold, because it takes you what, 10 to activate, 20 to take them to green, 50 to blue, 100 to purple, and 150 to gold. And so that's what each medal stands for. So that's why we sweep it, trying to get as many medal as possible. And so the free to play heroes are your Watcher, Rose Knight. Only one that you don't see that's not free to play here is Songstress of the Sea. There's no way you can get her unless there's some sort of an event or you purchase them. And you would purchase them going into here, and you would purchase them, let's say for today we have Magma Roid, right? You can get 10 medals for $5. So for you to get 320 just going this route, then you would need to do this 32 times, 5 times 32, or actually 33 times. 5 times 33 would, or 5 times 33 would be about $165, 160 bucks roughly, to get this particular guy to go. And that's what a lot of the pay to play heroes will cost you. And same thing with this guy, and you can always see what they give you, what kind of battle skills that they give you. Like this one, even though it's a pay to play hero, it's a cav hero only. It gives you cav attack and cav HP. As we talked about before, as a player, you want to always rely on your attack and HP stats. Defense stats really don't come into play that much. It really doesn't mean anything. It doesn't help you much within this particular game. So we know Barbarian is Cav type. There are other types. This one, Dark Magister. This is an army hero, probably one of the best army heroes you can get. Because you get army HP, and biggest thing is look at the range attack, 60%. Typically you get 30% on specific troop type heroes, but you get 60 on this. For you to get 3 medals, it costs you 99 bucks. These are called 11k heroes. This Light Weaver and the Shapeshifter, those 3 are called 11k heroes because for you to take them to gold, it'll cost you $11,000 a piece. Okay, so that's what's the difference between P2p Heroes and F2p Heroes. Majority of the heroes are P2p, and you can actually do very effectively with just F2p Heroes alone. Okay, let's talk about P2p Heroes. P2p meaning pay to play heroes. And some of the pay to play heroes, obviously we talked about the price. Some of them can cost you $11,000. Some of them could cost you a few $100. But most of them will cost you money. Like Songstress here, she's range type army hero, and she's a great hero to have, and it works well for me. You want to look at these battle skills and see what they give you, and across the board she gives you army attack, HP, and defense, which is great. Let's look at a different type of pay to P, like Berserker here. Gives you army 20. Same thing, great hero to have. But now let's look at Berserker. She is what type? Infantry type, right? So do I really need another infantry type hero? Because I have Oathkeeper. Because we need 4 max, right? I have Oathkeeper, Demon Slayer, I have Sea Squire and Forger, and I have Watcher. So I actually have 5. Right, and 5 to control my 4 squads. So I can choose the 4 best ones, and then add a different hero or different troop type hero for my 5th one, because again, you need 4 heroes to control your 4 squad. If you send 5 of the same kind, it's just basically not going to be having any squad to control, so it just kind of sits there. So you definitely want to send the 5th one as an army hero. So that army 20%, like again, it gives you a boost to all 4 type of troops. So that 20% attack would actually add to your infantry as well. Obviously, getting Berserker, it may be good for me to have her for later for defending purpose. But as far as having her to do attacking, it's really not necessary. But again, we talked about Death Knight, me having only 3 of a attack on the Cav hero, like the Rose Knight was one, Night Raven was another, and Child of Light was my third. And fourth one would have been Death Knight, but Death Knight doesn't give you any attack here. So if I take Lord Weaver, she would actually give me 20% on attack and 25% on HP, right? So she would be a great addition to have as a P2P. So when you're looking for a hero to buy or purchase, this is what you want to consider. You don't want to just purchase everything. Look what I did at the beginning, purchasing different heroes, but having these silver heroes doesn't give you any 1%. It's not going to do anything for you. So it's much better for you to go one hero at a time and max hero out that way. So Lord Weaver would be great. Now let's look at my range. How many of ones with the attack do I have? I have, well, Songstress already. That's one. Tracker with attack 30. That's two. And I have Bomb and Goblin with attack 20. That's the third range. And then I have Snow or Death Archer with attack 4, range 30%. And I have Snow Queen as range, the fifth one. So I actually have more than what I need on range. So is it really smart for me at this point to go ahead and purchase this range here, or for the Petite Devil for it? And maybe if she's an improvement over 30% on attack, and then I can get 50% on HP. So yes, she can actually replace a couple of like Tracker gives you 30, but it doesn't give you 50 on the HP. So yeah, she can potentially replace Tracker, my weaker ones. And same thing with other infantry heroes as well. You can replace them with the bigger stat heroes, which would be great, but I don't know if that would be the way to spend the money. Maybe possibly it's better to just fill the void that I have at this time, which would be my Cav hero. And then maybe after that, if I decide, hey, I want to buy more heroes, then I can actually go with maybe get additional different troop types. Okay, now let's talk about passive versus active. So a lot of these skills, we'll just open up some random one like Demon Slayer. Okay, infantry attack 30%. You'll notice on top it says infantry attack boost when deployed, which means that it has to be in your lineup when attacking, or it has to be on your wall when you're defending or when you're taking the hit for it to be effective. So that you have to have them deployed. But if we look at another hero, there's actually two heroes within the game right now that is not, and that is not active. So actually there's one in the marketplace, Magmaroid. So Magmaroid, what's it give me? Battle skills is going to give me infantry attack 10%, which yes, you'll say, oh man, what do I need 10% for? But look at this. You'll notice on top it says passive. Passive meaning even if they're not deployed, their stats count. So I don't really need to send them out. It just adds 10% to your stat, base stat or core stat. And I don't need to have them on my castle wall for defense, because it's going to be applied no matter what. And that is, I think this one is first pay to play hero that's got a passive attack, infantry attack. I'm assuming they will be releasing more passive heroes later down the road. You'll probably see Cav passive heroes. You'll probably see range passive hero, and you'll probably see army passive heroes. But as far as what I know at this point, Magmaroid is only P2P hero that you can get as a or passive hero you can get right now. There's one more passive hero that you can actually get. Okay, so Meister. This, you get this through arena. Okay, you can collect their medals through arena. It doesn't show, but Meister is actually very similar, 10%. I want to say army. Let me check. Can I get in and see? I didn't actually. Okay. So here's Meister, right? Battle skills. Yeah, you can actually get army attack 10%, army HP 10%. Very great, awesome hero because it's passive. So this is probably one of the. Yes, we hate arena. You know, arena 10 sometimes can be really harsh, but the 10% is almost like doing a research tree, entire research tree. But having him just hired and whatever, not having them in the lineup or anything, still gives you 10% boost all across the board on your army. And I would definitely go after this one. Biggest mistake I see people doing is have, especially these days, Magmaroid or Meister as their leader, which you're not doing yourself any favor by having them on your leaderboard, because basically they're passive heroes. Their stats are part of your core stats, so you don't need them. So why have them take space of an active hero that you can have in your lineup? So that's what passive versus active is. And you'll notice many times that passive stats tend to be more of non-military, like this research, and active are usually when deployed. But again, Magmaroid and Meister are passive military stats. Okay, now let's talk about the wall. So here's the thing. When you have, or when you're defending from somebody's hit, basically what's going to happen is all of your troops are going to engage, right? And depending on phalanx you're in, that just dictates who's going to be in front. But that doesn't dictate that that's the only one that you should be really strong on. You want to be having strength all across the board. And this is why a lot of times people will defend in mixed gear to give stats all across the board to your infantry, to your range, and to your cav. If I can see, I have plenty of time, I can see what they're sending, then I can counter them and just go straight against the counter and just hit them really, or defend really strong against it. But a lot of the rallies that you're going to take, or a lot of the solo hits you're going to take, you don't have time to reset your wall or anything like that. So most of the time what we put on the wall are basic heroes. Like what I usually put on my wall, if I was F2p, I would put in Roast Knight and Bombing Goblin, just because they're army heroes, which gives you 20% attack boost, right? To not just your infantry, but also to your range and also to your cav, which means any of the three, whatever front line you decide to do, they're getting 20% boost all across compared to 30% on specific troop type. So also, so I put Roast Knight, Bombing Goblin, and I usually put like Demon Slayer or Oath Keeper. I'll probably put on Child of Light and Snow Queen. The reason behind this is because the heroes that I picked out not only gives you attack but HP as well, and they're somewhat evenly distributed. Yes, if we had 6 slots, I would put 2 of each troop type heroes on there to defend. But since we only have 5, I usually try to go the two army heroes, a Bombing Goblin, Roast Knight, and then one of each. One infantry here, or Demon Slayer, and then I'll go one cav on Child of Light, and I'll do one range on Snow Queen. But now, if you are able to afford and get yourself some army heroes, because army heroes give you, again, like stats across board. So for me, I would actually, if you can, spread out and put in 5 different army heroes. That gives you 20% boost and 50%, or 20% boost and 30% HP boost across the board for 5 different heroes, which would make more sense in defending. So that's what I would recommend on the wall. Now, let's talk about attacking. So when we have these things called spear attacks, which is just attacking with one troop type. So if I know you're in, let's say, infantry phalanx or range phalanx, so let's say you're in range phalanx, most likely if I send all infantry, it's probably going to be bigger hit from my side to you. So I would actually send infantry heroes. Or let's say you got cav and I have range. So let's say I'm sending range. Just say I'm sending all range. Yeah, I can send army heroes, but is it really smart for me to send army heroes? Because look at this. If I'm sending all range heroes for your to hit you, even the army heroes give me boost all across the board, it's not gonna boost the troops that's not there. So infantry and cav not being there, all I'm boosting is that ranged troops that I have. And for me to boost 20% on range with army heroes, it would be a lot better for me to boost 30% with just a specific troop type. So if I were sending a bunch of range hits, I probably would not send Bomb and Goblin because it's going to only give me 20%, right? So I would probably pick 30% off of this one here, Tracker, and another 30% off of Death Archer, right? And then another 30% from Snow Queen. And then maybe fourth one, if I was pure F2p, I would have to send Bomb and Goblin. But this round, I may send this just because it gives me additional 25% on HP. Unless I had another, if like Petite Devil would actually be better option at gold, at 30%. So I wouldn't have to send any army heroes. I would just send all of those. Just like if I was sending infantry hit, Watcher gives me 20%. But, you know, Watcher any day almost is better than C Squire. But on an infantry spear attack, C Squire gives you 30%. So I may, with this infantry side, I may pick out like Forger 30%, 30% off of C Squire, 30% and 50% HP off of Demon Slayer, and Oathkeeper 30 and 50, and then probably skip out and Watcher altogether, if that makes any sense. So yeah, when you're doing spear attacking, it's better to hit them with the top or with that specific whichever hero has that most attack percentage for specific troop type. Okay. So I hope this makes sense. I know it's a long video on the heroes, but I wanted to address it because so many people are putting on different wall heroes or different leader as heroes and such. So this particular video, I created it because of that. I'm hoping to maybe help you understand a little bit more about what stats count where. Another thing, let's cover Barbarian. We know it's a cav. So, yeah, more heroes you got, more options you got, better it is. I know a lot of people also love... I saw it earlier. Or did I not? Okay, let's say Dark Follower. So, Dark Follower, if you see, is nothing but training, speed, research, and gold production. So, Dark Follower, its battle skills are all passive, and it's not a military hero. So this is not a hero that you would actually have as no matter what you're sending out. Just like a lot of people, they tend to send out Trickster. Look at that. It's all passive. It's really not giving you too much military boost. So only thing you're getting off of Trickster is going to be that deals 200% squad attack. That's that little fireball they throw out if you ever look at the battles or whatnot. So this is not that recommended, but a lot of people actually have Trickster as their main leader, which is a big no-no. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope it helps somebody out there. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks.